Welcome back to the Manor. Julian McBain here, and today we are... Actually, I was kind of expecting to be doing Halloween Mayhem today, but it's still not out yet, and we're coming to the end of the month. It's already the 23rd. I know that Mind Arc is really good for sound check. Hang on. Okay, we got sound. I know Mind Arc is really... in case you're wondering, the local volume on my headphones was turned way down, so I wasn't sure if the mic had picked it up. So, anyway, let's try this again. I know Mind Arc likes to hold off Easter or Halloween Mayhem until like Halloween, as opposed to doing it the weeks before, like they do for Merry Mayhem or for Easter Mayhem. But I don't know. Every year it feels like they start it later and later. No, they really... Yes. Okay, great news, guys. Apparently a Planet Partner VU dropped, which I was unaware of because my client loader did not tell me. We have codecs. So either it was bugged for me before, or it just released. That's awesome. So let's pop a couple of pills here. We're going to drop a experience boost and a loot pill. Had to check on that message. So yeah, I'm actually really anxious for Halloween Mayhem. I've been looking forward to it. We didn't get a Summer Mayhem this year, and that was kind of a surprise. But you know, that shit happens. So I've been looking forward to Halloween, and it's just kind of like, come on, Mind Arc. So, that's okay. That's okay. Well, before we get too far into it, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Please take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. Also, please consider going to patreon.com/JulianMcBain if you want to support my work. If you do, you get exclusive content. Speaking of which, I should probably make the October exclusive here pretty quick, because October is coming to an end. Although I was kind of hoping to do that in Halloween Mayhem, so we'll see what happens there. Okay, so let's kind of jump into it. I was kind of stuck for a topic tonight. And actually, I was also stuck for a topic on Monday. I was going to try to squeeze in a video between... Actually, you know what? I was going to record it on Tuesday for a change. So here's what happened. Usually I record Wednesday's videos on Monday. But we were initiating a new brother at the lodge. So for those of you who are new or may not know, I am a Freemason. And the Freemasons are an extremely old... I think we're the oldest fraternity in existence. We're also one of the oldest charitable, possibly the oldest charitable organization in existence. And we are a direct descendant of the actual Masons Trade Guild. We can actually trace our lineage all the way back to the original Masons Guild formed during the Roman Imperial period. So, so we initiated a new brother, and I was the for that particular ceremony, I was the one running it for the first time in my life. So my life, like the last 6 weeks, has been insane. Because there's a reason I didn't go into theater. Because I can't memorize lines for shit. And here I had just volunteered to memorize a whole bunch of lines. I managed it. I didn't make many mistakes. Nothing that was particularly noticeable. In fact, one of the people who I'm pretty sure has a word-perfect memory, like an eidetic memory for ritual, said he only noticed a couple of minor things that he doubted anyone else had noticed. So that was awesome. That felt really good. And I'm not saying that to, toot my own horn or anything, but as someone who has a hard time memorizing lines, I am terrible at memorizing lines. I was able to plow through it. But after that, there's no way in hell I was recording a video. Nope. My brain was done. And then Tuesday, when I do a live stream, I actually tried to get a video pumped out then. But things just didn't turn out to work that way. Before the stream, it was just too busy. And sometimes life gets like that. So that's okay. But that's why I didn't have a video on Wednesday. And just so everyone's aware, there is a good chance I'll have to be rearranging at least my streaming schedule, possibly my posting schedule, depending on where life goes, because making a few changes to what's consuming my time. And long story short, I've been talking to a lady, and I'm hoping this goes somewhere. So if I have to rearrange things a little bit, don't be surprised. I'll announce it now that I can make posts. I can make work posts. I have never been so excited over something so dumb in my life. But yes, now I can communicate directly instead of relying on my completely ignored Facebook page. I only post there when I absolutely need to. For those of you who don't know, you can look up McBain Manor on Facebook. And when things go sideways, I do generally post a warning there. But now that I can post directly to YouTube, that'll help too. It is a long road, my friends. My buddy Scotty just broke over 1,000 subs, though. Congrats, Scotty. You know, if you're watching this, good job, mate. Good job. Well deserved and earned. I'm playing some catch up. Let's see how long it takes me. But yeah, no, it's been a long road. And let me tell you, being a streamer and a content creator, it's tough. It's a grind. It's rewarding. It's a lot of fun. Like, I have an excuse to play video games several times a week. Of course, it's going to be fucking awesome, right? But it is a grind, because you do have to keep your schedule going. You've got to kind of work your life around it a little bit. And for the pre-recorded stuff like this, you can work it a little bit around your life. But like today, there was a period of time this morning where I could have recorded, but I was waiting for someone. I had to help my old man with a couple of things, but I had to wait for him to be ready, and I wasn't sure how long that would take. So if I started a video and he had to interrupt, that would have caused a whole bunch of problems. So I had to wait. And so that's why I'm actually doing this. It's about 8:30 at night, 8:45 at night. And that's just the nature of the beast. You know, sometimes you're going to find yourself recording at 2 in the afternoon, and sometimes you're going to find yourself recording at 10 at night, and I've done both. And it's just the nature of the beast. But it is rewarding because you get to build a community. You really do. And I try my best to interact with everyone who comments on my videos as much as I can. I'm not perfect, not by a long shot, but I do make the attempt because I think that's what really builds the community up. You know, and it's not like I play a very niche set of games, right? You all know that. I play Entropia Universe, which is it's a niche, right? It's like, let's find a niche game in a niche that most people don't know about. Entropia Universe. Aww. Sci-fi MMORPG uses real money. And most of the player base is not American, which actually I think is, in my opinion, I think that actually benefits the community in a lot of ways. And I'm not poo-pooing Americans. I'm an American. Okay, I'm not gonna poo-poo my countrymen. But I think there's a richness that the national diversity that plays in Entropia Universe brings to the platform. Because I have, in a given day, been in a party with people from 5 different countries. The only other place you might be able to do that is in WoW. And most of the time that doesn't happen because they separate everybody by regional server. And Mindark doesn't do that. So, you know, I've gone hunting with people from Japan. I have taxied someone from Venezuela. I have I've gone on missions with people in Scotland. I've done the big boss, the boss mobs that Bonnie does, which I'm actually pretty sure she's doing right now as I do this. Or they probably just ended actually. It's after 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, and that's early fucking in the morning for Scots. But I've gone hunting with Bonnie's crew. And if you do not follow her on Twitch, you need to follow her on Twitch, because that's just a lot of fun. Like, if you ever want to see a streamer where her chat is just like the local pub, that's where you need to be. And I know that she has the Nag's Head in her Discord, but it feels like you're hanging out, you're in a pub, everyone's chill, we're all chatting, we're having a good time. It's awesome. I hope someday I have streams like that. I really do. Now, I don't do a whole lot of EU streams, and that's probably part of the problem, that it's harder to do that, because I play a lot of more either lesser known or really old titles. Like, lately I've been doing some retro gaming, so I did I'm currently doing Resident Evil 4. What did I do previous to that? It was Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, and before that it was Dark Cloud. And Dark Cloud's a very niche segment, and Sly Cooper is more for the younger kids in most cases. I myself, I loved it as a teenager because I was usually playing JRPGs, which were, long and deep and lots of little secrets to find and all that nonsense. And I'm just like, this is a game where I can just go and smack shit around. I'm stealing from thieves. What could be more fun? So that's why I like Sly Cooper. I still like Sly Cooper because of that. But yeah, so I play in a hard to grow niche, and I'm okay with that. But it does make it more of a grind. And if you ever decide to pick up the idea of being a content creator, which, if you like the idea, give it a shot. If you're going to give it a shot, promise yourself you're going to do it for a year. And I mean that. A full year. If you're going to commit, go whole hog, commit for a year. Commit for a year, produce at least one video a week. That's 52 videos. Really not very much compared to what some people do. I do 2 videos and 2 live streams a week. And that's what I can afford to commit to it. It's roughly 3, 7, probably another 2 hours of production. So call it 10 hours a week I put into it. On top of my 9 to 5, on top of being a dad, all of that stuff. And I live on a working property, which during the summer and especially the fall, which is part of the reason, like last week, things kind of fell through the gaps, it can make it very tough. Because I might have to be out splitting wood. I might have to be out helping with... today I was actually I was taxiing people on a side-by-side up and down, in and out of the woods so they could get to their equipment because it was scattered about. So, like... Old man borrowed an excavator from work. It was allowed. That's part of the job benefits. And so he had parked it down in the woods where he had been working the day before, so I had to bring him down to the excavator. Then I had to come back up, grab something for him, bring that down. And then I had to make it back up before the dump truck came down into the woods, because we've got a stay-mat road going down there. And that was probably an hour back and forth, because it's a little bit more than a quarter mile of road going down into those woods. It's on a riverbank, so you gotta, imagine having to twist and turn enough so that you don't just go straight down into the brook. But still, that's what I'm telling you that just so you're aware, because I know most people don't have the life I have. Some people do. If you're on a farm, being a streamer or a content creator is especially tough, because you're always working. Your life is work. I don't live on a farm, although we're looking at getting chickens next year. But it's pretty close. It's closer than most. Let me put it that way. It's closer than most. It's not, we don't have cattle. We don't have birds currently. We have had birds where we might have birds again, but We don't have birds currently. We do grow some vegetables, but nothing outrageous. Like this year we had zucchini, eggplant, chives, jalapenos, and I don't even remember what the other one was. Obviously not very... Oh, eggplant. And, you know, that was the extent of what vegetables we grew. So, you know, not a lot. Now, that being said, zucchini. I live in Vermont. You plant a clever thought in Vermont, you get zucchini. You plant an actual zucchini plant. Holy shit. These things could have been considered lethal weapons. I could have beat someone to death with these zucchini. You probably think I'm joking, okay? Like, no shit. One of the zucchini was like 18 inches long. And it was probably close to 6 inches wide, like in diameter. It was a freaking club of a vegetable. And it's squash, so it's not like it can't take its, you know, squash aren't fragile. But, sorry, tangents. So yeah. If you want to do it, commit to doing it for a year, at least one video a week, and just run with it. Figure out what works for you. Find something to talk about. Find the niche. You could do instructionals. You know, I did a lot of instructionals in the beginning, and then I realized that, you know what? There are a lot of people out there that are better at that than I am. You know, Serial Overdrive is far better at instructionals than I am. You know what I am good at? Talking about other things. You know, so I decided to dive into, I tried the podcast, that didn't work out at all. Fair enough. You know, I had that experiment, and unfortunately it did slow down my sub count pretty drastically, not only during that, but it's been a long road to recovery from that period. But I jumped back into philosophy because for whatever reason, there was a desire for it. A lot of you come here for my more philosophical takes, and I appreciate that. Now, will that work for you? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe Entropia Universe isn't even the game that you decide you want to stream because it's just not, or to do content for, because it's just not a big enough audience, and that's fair. But you can find your audience, and if you do that, then you can make it to the 1,000 subs. And actually, for up until recently, my goal wasn't. I want to make 13 million subscribers. That's my goal, right? When I die, I will die happy if I have 13 million subscribers. I'll be 150 years old because that's my age. I've already set that goal out. I'm living to 150. Like, plain and simple. I'm living to 150. If I have to stand there with frickin' defibrillator paddles for the last 20 years, shocking my heart every 15 seconds. Stay alive, bitch. Stay alive. I will be happy if I can die happy if I get the 13 million subscribers. 1% of YouTube's total user base the day I started. However, I was not focused on the first 1,000 subscribers. I was focused on the first 1,000 videos. And I broke that this year. I checked it last week. Last week I checked TubeBuddy, and I believe it said I had over 1,000 videos. That made me very happy. Because all of that content, it's just real estate. It's all out there. It's all built up real estate. People can go in. They can check it out. They don't have to watch it today. They don't have to watch it tomorrow. You can go back to the stuff I did back when I first started and listen to just how awful it is compared to today. But you can do that, and it's there. And there are some good things in there. It's not all bad. You know? And that's something I think a lot of people are afraid of. They don't think about it. It's like, you know, dare to suck. There, I said it. Dare to suck. Dare to do something badly. Because if you have the guts to go out there and suck, you have the tenacity to go out there and get good. Actually, that's what Dark Souls tried to teach everyone. You know, if you can suck at something and you can work your way through it, you can become good at it. Dare to suck. And I know someone's going to clip this way the fuck out of context and use it in all kinds of things. And if I'm known for this, and the worst part is I'm a politician, I got nothing. I got nothing. I earned it. Double entendre. But no, seriously. Yes, you're going to be bad when you start unless you have a career in, like, radio. And actually, a buddy of mine, JD Green, says I do really well, and that means a lot from him since he's got 30 years in radio. But if you can't dare to be bad at something, you will never get good at it. This is true of any skill set whatsoever. You know, and I've got a couple of unique ones under my belt. I'm a fencing instructor. You all know that. You know, when I started, I was crappy. I'm still not great, especially after like a year and a half of not being able to fight. And now with the organization, I fight. That you know facilitates those fights are they're enacting some really stupid policies that I disagree with, and I've got to make the decision tomorrow of whether or not I am going to continue to fight with them, at least in the short term. You know, those skills rust quickly, but I'm getting them back. You know, build that skill. The ability to shoot. You know, when I'm out on the range, if I haven't been able to get out there very often, I'm not going to do great. I don't lose. Firearm targeting is not as hard to get back as like sword fighting or archery, but it's still a thing. In fact, I'm thinking of picking up like the Boneyard for Oculus just so that I can practice my skills in an environment where I can practice my skills. You know, actually, the Oculus Home has an ability to throw like targets out there, and they give you a little zapper pistol. It's not perfect because there's no bullet drop, and the iron sights aren't terrific, but they're functional. You can do it. But yeah, just so I can retain that skill, because I don't know if you've checked lately, but ammo prices are fucking crazy. Holy shit. So it's hard to practice that skill right now. I've thought about picking up a 22 rifle just so I can, because 22 ammo will always be cheap in comparison to, you know, you buy 50 45 shells for like $25 or 550 22 shells for the same frickin' price. I could shoot all afternoon and burn through the same $20 bill and still have ammo left over. But anyway, it's the repetition. It's the practice. And if you had told me this as a kid when I was trying to learn a couple of things and thought I could just figure them out on my own and be good at... No, that's not how it works. We all wish that was how it works. That's not how it works. It's all about the repetition. So dare to be bad. And then just keep doing. All of the things I've done have been practice for the next thing I do. Just like I did the podcast. I ended up crapping out. That's okay. I've been invited to have a podcast in a local studio grouping where he's trying to open up his company to be like 5 podcasts. And if I had the time, you're damn right I'd be in that studio once or twice a week podcasting. And that might still happen. I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet. Of course, him and I need to talk, and him and I have not been able to connect worth a shit. Just life in general. You know, I did the McBain moments. Those were a lot more successful than I expected. A lot of people seem to like them. And I've contemplated bringing that back, but again, it's the time commitment. I've got to figure out if I can give the time commitment for that, because that does take time. Because you do have to produce. And I was producing those on the morning they released. Like, no shit. You know, if I produced a video to be released on Friday morning, I did the whole video Friday before work. I would do the video, I'd set it to upload, and I'd piss off to work that. And that's how I did it. Like, I timed it all out to do that. A lot harder with my son's bus schedule now, though. And that's the... So if I'm going to do McBain moments, it's going to have to be in the evening. Well, the lighting in the evening is not terrific for that format. So I've got to figure that out. It's just another thing to figure out. And I know that there have been people asking me to bring it back, but that's the reason I haven't done it yet. Now, I could reformat McBain moments to be a little bit different, and that would be okay, too. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But no, just pick a niche, figure out what it is you want to do, and just give it a shot. Throw a noodle at the wall and see if it sticks. Some people, they grind for ages, and they get slow but steady success. That's pretty much the road I'm on. Other people, they're just like PewDiePie, and all of a sudden they're fucking insanely successful. Okay, so no, I'm not going to say that PewDiePie did an overnight success, because everyone knows there's no such thing. PewDiePie worked his fucking ass off, but he was also an early adopter, so he had that going for him. But you can do it. You will make it. You just need to put in the time. So, all right, that's all I got. So we're going to take out this robot, and we're going to pull back. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. And as always, I really appreciate all of your support, and we'll see you in the next one.